When anybody deals with OCD recovery, there's one very important decision that they need to come to. And that decision is that there really isn't any magical potion, lotion, therapy, treatment, medication, operation that will magically take my OCD away. The only way to get rid of OCD is to do work every day on my recovery. And there comes this point where you start to understand that, no, I really need to do this. And a lot of the times, the excuse that people use the most is they'll say, I have no time. Because they don't realize that when you focus for just a few minutes and you refuse to go on Google or to talk to somebody about it, you're actually gaining time that you would have spent on Google talking to somebody, ruminating afterwards, then being unproductive because you are drained of energy. You're saving yourself all of that by just making the decision not to do the initial compulsion, rumination, whatever it is, not to go down the spiral today about the OCD. That's the work. Right? It's that we reduce how much rumination you are doing, how much compulsions you are doing, how much avoidance behaviors you're doing. And the more you are reducing, the better you're going to be feeling and the easier it is going to be to keep going. But a decision needs to be made. Because if you're dipping in and out where you're kind of doing work sometimes, not doing work other times, tracking sometimes, not tracking other times, I always say to people, it's the easiest thing. You're just putting a number on a piece of paper. If you can go on Instagram, if you can go on Facebook for a few seconds, go on TikTok, then you can certainly put a number. It doesn't take a lot of work. It's just you have to make it a priority and continue making it a priority until you fully get there. And it's, again, a decision. You need to sit down and make a serious decision with yourself that I have to do this now. No more just half in, half out. You have to be all in. And again, it's not going to take any extra time. It's just emotionally, you have to be all in to do recovery work. Once you have that, and it's not, again, like a lot of the times people are like, well, how am I going to achieve that specific feeling? We're not trying to achieve any feeling. We're just making a decision. So you have to make that. Don't let OCD take over on the feeling stuff. Just make the decision and start tracking. And when we're tracking, we're not just logging, we're reducing, right? So the whole point of tracking is to be accountable and to reduce. You do this little by little, I promise you, you will get there. As long as you're consistent, to the best of your ability, without perfectionism. You don't need to track perfectly. You don't need to be 100% perfect on any aspect of it. But you do have to keep going. Try not to skip days to the best of your ability. Just keep going. However you are, even if you are at the worst possible OCD, if you reduce it by just a little bit each day, eventually you will get there. I hope you find my videos helpful. Subscribe if you haven't. If you would like me to push you to full recovery personally, you can book a recovery program with me through youhaveocd.com. I'll see you tomorrow.